Hello and welcome to the High Altitude Investing live stream. Today is the 1st of August, and I'm super excited to be talking about the crypto markets with you guys today, talking about good old Bitcoin and the markets as a whole. Normally we do these on Friday, but I'm actually going to be traveling this weekend, spending some time with friends and going out to the city. So I'm super excited about that as well. But let's talk about crypto, not my personal life. Yeah, it's a good day to be alive, baby. Another day, another Satoshi in the wallet. Man, life is good. All right. So Operation Shutdown. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you taking a minute to tune into today's live stream. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is looking phenomenal. So a lot of people are panic selling. A lot of people are thinking, oh no, the sky is falling. Bitcoin is done for. That's what most people think. And they don't understand what is right in front of their face. And that's totally okay because most people don't understand what's in front of their face with most things in life. And no, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be honest. So over here on the left, we have Bitcoin, and over here on the right, we have gold. And the reason I'm showing you this fractal is because way back before Bitcoin even pulled back, before Bitcoin ever even did this whole correction, I was telling people, hey, I expect Bitcoin to follow gold. I think Bitcoin is going to pull back all the way to 50K and then recover again. Nobody believed me. I got total hate comments in all of my videos. And then Bitcoin pulled back. I did start buying a little bit early, but it pulled back exactly as planned and went right down to 50K. And yeah, it pulled back right as planned, and now it recovered. It's starting to recover just exactly as planned. So this is all going according to my original plan. Like, this is exactly what I was expecting to have happen with Bitcoin. So yeah, really, this is no surprise. We've been watching this comparison between Bitcoin and gold for months. Literally before the entire drop even happened, we were watching this correction. So yeah, this is just another day. This is just another day in crypto. And for the people that have been around crypto for a long time, you guys know that these kind of pullbacks are regular. This is something that happens in the market often. So let's talk about why I'm personally buying the dip, because I did tweet out today, hey guys, buy the dip. I'm buying the dip right now. I'm super excited about Bitcoin, about this crypto space as a whole. So why am I buying the dip? Why am I buying the dip on Bitcoin right now? Well, it's because of this same fractal. Because like I said, way back even before the crash even happened, we were watching on my Twitter. If I can find it, we don't have to find it. It's all good either way. Yeah, up here, way back before the crash even happened, I was letting you guys know, hey, Bitcoin looks like gold. And it followed this fractal perfectly. Like it pulled back exactly, just exactly like this. It went down to 52K and started coming back up for a right shoulder. Started to come back up to make that right shoulder structure. And you can see that when Bitcoin was down here at 55K, right after it had bounced off 52, I was watching for this kind of structure, for a right shoulder to start happening. That's exactly what happened. We had a right shoulder come into place. The right shoulder started coming into place. And now We're actually even forming more of that right shoulder as we speak. We finished the head, and now we're forming more of that right shoulder. So that pullback happened exactly as planned, and the recovery happened exactly as planned. So I'm not about to just quit following this gold fractal. I mean, it's been doing exactly what we were expecting it to do for months now, continuously. Bitcoin has been behaving exactly how we were expecting it to. And even if you go back over to this fractal right here, you can see that I was expecting a drop. Once we start to go back up to resistance, we have to have a pullback. That's exactly what's happening right now, you guys. We're doing a little pullback right now, but I think we're getting ready to finish that right shoulder and complete the right shoulder structure and really take off here on Bitcoin. It looks like gold. It trades like gold. It's digital gold. A lot of people call Bitcoin digital gold. So it's really no surprise that it's trading exactly like gold, right? It's doing the same thing gold did. When gold recovered, it had to pull back halfway up, come back down to support, then break out again, and then it came back down to support. I would not be at all surprised to see a similar kind of move on Bitcoin. Move up to 72K, a pullback again to around where we're at right now, and then even a recovery and more upside to come. Because what you don't know is that gold recovered and skyrocketed. I mean, look at that. Look what gold did afterwards. It completely, once gold bottomed out, it skyrocketed. Like that thing was ready to take off. It was only the noobs that were panic selling right here on gold that weren't buying that got left out when this happened. And I think people are doing the same thing with Bitcoin right now. If they just understood where they were at in the bigger context of the cycle and in the smaller time frame, using something like gold to compare, they wouldn't panic sell. They wouldn't sell their Bitcoin here. They would be ready for it to recover and see more upside on the bigger time frame. What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys. Mr. Whale, thanks for tuning in. Justin, thank you for tuning in, man. Yeah, can I check Myro? Yeah, we'll do a little analysis on Myro. So by the way, you guys, if you don't know, most crypto follows Bitcoin. Now, at the beginning of bull markets, Bitcoin always leads. So at the start of a bull market, Bitcoin always does the highest percentage gain. But as the bull market progresses, as time goes on, altcoins start outperforming Bitcoin. So right here, early on, when this bull market first starts, Bitcoin outperforms altcoins. But altcoins still follow Bitcoin. They still follow Bitcoin, Bitcoin outperforms them. Then as you go on, as time progresses throughout the cycle, then that's when altcoins start outperforming Bitcoin as time goes on. And that's exactly what we're expecting here with crypto right now. Bitcoin has outperformed a lot of coins at the start of the cycle. Bitcoin went all the way up to 70,000 per coin, broke out, started a bull market, and a lot of coins haven't even really taken off yet. Ethereum a little bit, Solana's done good, but really Bitcoin has seen a lot of strength. That's what happens at the start of cycles before the bull market goes into full force. So why am I saying all of this? Well, simply put, we're getting ready for that phase where altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin. We progressed far enough into the bull market now where that's going to flip, where Bitcoin is no longer showing as much strength. It's going to do really good. Bitcoin's still going to go way, way, way high, way, way, way high, but altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. Now, with something like Miro here, I think this coin could easily start to do that, start to outperform Bitcoin. It has to bottom out. We have to see some type of a double bottom, some type of a basing structure, but altcoins are definitely getting ready to have their time to shine. Now, with Miro here, the bottom could be in, we could go for one more low, but either way, this ABC correction that's forming here on the bigger time frame, I think will play out, and as we progress into the bull market, you're going to see coins like Miro start to do bigger percentage gains than Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying that this specific coin will, but I'm just saying that the altcoin markets will outperform Bitcoin as time goes on. Now, this one does look pretty good. It looks like it's getting ready to complete a bigger time frame correction. Although I will say, if we fail support here, we'll probably go for one more lower low. But I'm not saying we have to. We could hold support here too, but it's definitely possible because we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and we potentially started a 5th wave here. So from B to C, you always have 5 waves down, and you can see wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. This could be wave 5 that just started on Miro. So if it goes for a little bit slightly lower low here, I wouldn't panic sell. It's probably completing an ABC correction if it does that. It could be done already, right? This could be wave 1, and this could be wave 2. In other words, the bottom could be in right here. It doesn't have to drop to a new low, but it certainly can. So with Miro, this one doesn't give us quite as clear of a structure. It's probably because it doesn't have as big of a market cap. When stuff has bigger market cap, then you get a better structure play out. It's going to lead more. So the bigger the market cap and the more volume, the bigger the community, all of these things will cause the market to lead more instead of lag behind. This one looks like it could be lagging behind a little bit, which tells me it's possible for it to make a lower low, but don't count on it, right? It could be wave 1 and wave 2 here as well. So just pay attention to that support level right here on Miro. Okay, let's see here. To perform BTC, need a drop of BTC dominance. Yeah, so in order for us to outperform BTC, Bitcoin dominance does need to top out. We have to have Bitcoin dominance top out soon. Well, it doesn't have to soon, but I do think it will top out soon. So let's talk about Bitcoin dominance. So this is the one thing everybody's kind of thinking, oh, you know, what are we going to do with Bitcoin dominance? Well, for me, people are FOMO buying Bitcoin. Like, it's just plain and simple. I think Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher. Like, I think Bitcoin could go to 250,000 plus, right? But people are Bitcoin maximalists right now, and they're FOMO buying Bitcoin. They think Bitcoin is going to outperform altcoins, and they don't understand market cycles, and they don't understand what's happened every single cycle ever, which is that Bitcoin does not do as good as altcoins. This is what happens when the bull market really starts. Altcoins outperform Bitcoin. And you can see here that happens when you see this huge drop in Bitcoin dominance. This was the 2017 bull market right here, where you can clearly see Bitcoin dominance dropped significantly. And this is the 2021 bull market right here, where you can also see Bitcoin dominance dropped significantly. So every time Bitcoin dominance has came up towards these resistance levels, every time it's seen a huge drop off in value. the dominance has dropped off significantly, the percentage. And that percentage drop has reflected altcoin season. That's been in correlation and in connection to altcoin season. And it's really no surprise. I mean, at some point, something is going to replace Bitcoin. Like, I hate to say it, I know people don't want to hear that, but I definitely am not a Bitcoin maxi. Like, I really believe in Bitcoin, but like, we don't use dial-up internet anymore. You know, like we use Google Fiber. So things will get developed, things will progress, and you can even see that in the chart. It's a big descending triangle. Bitcoin is not going to be here forever, right? You can see it in the chart. We're going to get another altcoin season at some point soon. And when we do, Bitcoin dominance is going to break down. And if it breaks bearish out of this descending triangle, altcoins are going to have quite the run, right? They're going to have quite the run before Bitcoin dominance can even think about coming back up again. So this is why I tell people don't marry Bitcoin. Bitcoin only does good at the start of the cycle, right? This was the start of the cycle. It does good during bear markets in terms of holding value better than altcoins do, and it does good early on in the cycle. That's when Bitcoin does good. Other than that, Bitcoin gets outperformed by altcoins every single cycle. And I'm not here to try to argue, because some people are going to be like, oh, Dallin, I have so many Bitcoin, I don't really have any altcoins. And I don't think you're going to be right. I think Bitcoin is going to take off. Well, for you, I have to tell you that you should stop marrying your opinion and start working with data, because data is telling us that every single altcoin, every single bull market, altcoins don't do as good as Bitcoin. Altcoins don't do as good as Bitcoin does. It's really that simple. I mean, my bad. I got to take my hat off because I totally screwed that up. Every single bull market, altcoins do better than Bitcoin. It's only at the start of the bull market that Bitcoin does better than altcoins. Only at the start. So don't get married. I can see people right now that are Bitcoin maxis saying, Dallin, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop marrying your opinion. Stop being obsessed with Bitcoin. Okay? Start looking at data. Data does not lie. And the data tells us everything you need to know. And that's that there's a lot of better altcoins to buy than Bitcoin. Like, if you were to choose from an altcoin or to choose from Bitcoin right now in the cycle, I would choose altcoins, not Bitcoin, because that's where you're going to make your money. And I don't know about you guys, but I do this to make profit. This is not a fairy tale of, oh, I'm going to buy this coin because I think it's cool. I'm going to buy coins because they're going to go up in value. And if one coin is going to go up higher in value than another, I'm going to buy that coin. And I don't care. This isn't some fairyland of, oh, is this coin cooler than that coin? No, it's just, what is the chart telling me? Right? Now, like I said, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I already know I just made a whole bunch of Bitcoin maxis mad. But hey, chill out. Like, you probably need to reconsider your position if you're so sold on Bitcoin that you can't even be open-minded to data. And the data shows that Bitcoin only does good at the start of bull markets and during bear markets. Other than that, if you have Ethereum or Solana, you're going to do better, right? You're going to do better in your altcoin than in Bitcoin. Just so you know. If Bitcoin dominance was rejected in 2021, it doesn't mean it will reject this year. The downtrend, and it could break the downtrend and still explode. All right? Yeah, it could, but it's not going to. All right? Like, yes, whatever, cool. Cool little theory, bro. But listen, dude, like if you really want to look at these charts and think with your head on straight, then you should look at these charts with your head on straight. And look at this. All right? XRP versus Bitcoin. Does this look like something you want to sell down here or buy down here? You can ask a child and he's going to tell you to buy support. Look how undervalued XRP versus Bitcoin is. All right. So yeah, like people say, oh, well, Bitcoin's going to do better. It's just going to do better. Well, do you look at charts or do you just say stuff because it came out of your mouth? Right? Because if you look at charts, you're going to see very quickly that altcoins are super undervalued. Altcoins are stupid undervalued right now. Stupid undervalued. And a lot of them are going to do percentage gains that people can't even fathom. And yet they're selling all their altcoins for Bitcoin because they're buying into all these Bitcoin maxis that are out there reigning. They think they're in euphoria right now because Bitcoin always does better at the start of the cycle. So all the Bitcoin maxis are in euphoria right now. And they're convincing a lot of people to be heavy on Bitcoin when it's the worst point in the entire freaking cycle to do that. You literally have to be an idiot to be more bullish on Bitcoin than altcoins right now. So yeah, I mean, it's fractal psychology. It's the same human psychology playing out over and over and over again. XRP, I mean, people think, okay, well, XRP is somehow different than that somehow this cycle is different than the last cycle, and they don't understand that it's a mirror image of the last cycle. Okay? Do you see this right here? That is literally a copy paste of this right here. Okay? This is fractal, this is human psychology. This is what people do. The same thing over and over again. Look at that. Isn't that amazing how this right here is a big version of what already happened before? It's the same thing again, all over again. And yet people are panic selling their XRP down here and they're buying things like Bitcoin. Now, I'm bullish on Bitcoin to 250,000 per coin, but I'm not dumb enough to think that Bitcoin is going to outperform altcoins. All right? That's just the truth. XRP is going to outperform Bitcoin, period. All right? So don't go panic selling your altcoins for Bitcoin right now. So yeah, like I said, you guys, I don't do these live streams to try to make you guys happy. I mean, I do it to tell you the truth. And if you have an opinion of something and I don't think that that opinion is accurate, I'm going to just straight up tell you why. Because I don't want to see you guys screw up. And I make more money if you guys make more money. So yeah, there's personal benefit involved as well. I want to see you guys make money. But yeah, so here's Bitcoin on the left and here's gold on the right. And what's really cool here is you can actually see this panic sell halfway up is the same panic sell that happened on gold halfway up the recovery. So don't go selling your Bitcoin either. I know a lot of people, I just talked about how altcoins are better than Bitcoin, but a lot of people are panic selling Bitcoin, and a lot of people think Bitcoin is going to go into a bear market. And I'm here to tell you, I think you guys are just as crazy as the people panic selling their altcoins. Bitcoin is going to go up too. And Bitcoin's going to go up really high. And it's going to be super fun if you actually, are willing to ride this thing up. If you're actually willing to be in the crypto markets instead of panic selling right now just because everybody on Twitter is freaking out and they don't know what's going on and they're getting chopped up. If you know what's happening in the market, if you have an idea of what's happening in the market, on days like this, you just get excited. You don't care, right? This is like, I woke up this morning and I saw Bitcoin pull back, and I literally, the only thing I could think of was how excited I was to open up my chart and go compare it to gold and go look at the fractals and get an idea of what's going on. Literally, I just got excited. This is Bitcoin, dude. Bitcoin is fun if you know how to play it. And let me tell you, the best way to play this thing is to not be like all the noobs out there that are scared and they're panic selling and they're scared. You got to be able to buy the dip and see what's going on and go against the crowd because the crowd is scared and scared money doesn't make money. So yeah. This is going to be one of my most controversial live streams, I think. Oh, maybe not. It hasn't been that crazy. But I definitely made all the Bitcoin maxis mad. But I do that like every time, so whatever. All right, so let's talk about Ethereum. So I like Ethereum. Not as much as Solana, though. When people ask me, hey, Dallin, what are you buying? I'll tell you, I'm buying more Solana than I am Ethereum. Right? I just am. That's what I'm doing with my money. I'm putting it in Solana instead of Ethereum. I mean, look, again, stop marrying your stupid opinions and start looking at data. All right? Look at this. Solana from the bottom out to where it's at right now is up 1,700%. All right? That's pretty dang good gains, if you ask me. All right? That is amazing gains. And Ethereum, I think, is a similar gain. Let's see, what is it? 1,700. No. Ethereum is 213% gains. Okay, it's an even bigger gap than I thought it was. In other words, Solana is going to give you a better percentage gain, and you're going to make it faster than you will with Ethereum. Solana recovered quicker, it broke out harder, it did a bigger percentage gain. I said I was going to come talk about Ethereum, but it looks like really I'm just talking about how Solana is better than Ethereum. But that's not the purpose. The purpose isn't what coin is better. I don't even know fundamentally. I couldn't tell you fundamentally what one is better, and I don't care. I could care less. Why? Because I already know that Solana is going to give me a better percentage gain. So I'm buying Solana instead of Ethereum. And it's working out good for me. And I'm buying Solana meme coins because that's kind of like buying Solana 10x leverage, buying a Solana meme coin. And the Solana meme coins that I'm buying are coins like Popcat. There's a whole bunch of them that I'm buying. But I'm here to tell you that I would not be at all surprised to see Solana pass Ethereum in total crypto market cap this cycle. I told you this was going to be a controversial live stream. Oh, man. Like I said, I'm just trying to tell you guys the truth. Would like to know your opinion on DOT. Down 25%, still buying altcoins. Yeah, keep buying up. It's good to see you are still holding, still buying, still playing this market. So let's look at DOT here. I had an Elliott wave count drawn, and actually that's the same Elliott wave count that I'd have. The only difference is wave 2 is a little bit deeper than what I had initially drawn. So let's look here. If you've got an ABC correction, right here, by the way, this is an expanded flat ABC. So expand it out, then you get your wave C down to here. And what we're doing here is actually our first impulse. It's wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. So I'm expecting a wave 3 at some point. Wave 2 is probably going to bottom out here pretty soon, and that will lead to a wave 3. This is definitely the disbelief phase of the market cycle, so a lot of people are not going to believe this is possible. A lot of people probably going to disagree with me, but I personally think we're getting ready for wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. Like this. This is what DOT looks like to me. It looks really good down here. And buying wave 2 is one of the best strategies that you can have. Super, super profitable to buy wave 2. And if you can, obviously buy wave 4, but buying wave 2 is super, super profitable. If you can identify wave 2 and buy in on wave 2, then you can make a lot of money in wave 3 and wave 5. So let's see here. All alts pump when BTC pumps. Yep, that is absolutely true. Bitcoin, altcoins have like a 90% correlation to Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin heads out into its bull market and breaks out and starts to go up even higher, which I suspect that it will, then you're going to see altcoins follow along, but they're probably even going to do a bigger percentage gain than Bitcoin will in a lot of cases. In a lot of cases, they're actually going to do a better percentage gain than Bitcoin. Not all the time. Obviously, there's just bad altcoins that suck, that don't do better than Bitcoin, and that does happen. And that's one reason why some people are Bitcoin maxis, is just to try to not think very much. You know, if they just go all in on Bitcoin, they don't have to risk buying an altcoin that doesn't end up being good. But I tell you guys, that's kind of lazy thinking. You know, it's okay to have Bitcoin, but don't think like that. You're going to be mad at yourself when you didn't buy Solana, and Solana does 30 times in value or whatever it's going to do from the peak low out. And then all of a sudden, your Bitcoin only did 3 times or 4 times or whatever. So just trying to help you guys keep that in perspective, not because I'm trying to critique you for being a Bitcoin maximalist, but just trying to tell you the reality of the way these markets work. So yeah, that's my view on DOT. It looks really good. So no new all-time high expected on DOT. So I was only really showing this immediate Elliott wave count. If you want to talk about big picture, there's a lot more than just this single Elliott wave. I was just drawing this immediate Elliott wave count for the person wondering if it's going to go to an all-time high or not. I definitely think it could, over the long term, go to a new all-time high, but I was just mainly drawing this immediate Elliott wave structure so you guys get a better idea of what I expect to have happen over the next couple of years or year or whatever. So yeah, that's my immediate view. It's not my big picture view on Polkadot. Cable Capital. Cable Capital? I think that's how you say that. What's up, my friend? Cable Capital. Yeah, I do actually like Pepe a lot. So nice. Is that a Pepe logo that you have on your channel? That looks cool, man. What alts are you looking to buy? Okay, well, for me, I've been buying Solana. I've been buying Popcat. I've been buying Cat in a Dog's World. I've been buying Dogecoin. I've been buying Bitcoin. I've been buying Pepe. I've been buying, yeah, those are just a few I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm buying a lot of different coins. And really, my target is to target coins that I think are going to do 35 times to 45 times gains. That's the target. That's really what I'm looking for. That's the area where I think, okay, if it can do at least do 35 times in value, then, or 25 times plus, then I'm going to buy it. But I think some of these things are going to do even higher than that. Now, Bitcoin probably won't. Bitcoin probably won't do 30x or 20x or whatever. But some of these altcoins will. Some of these altcoins will do 30 times, 50 times in value. And those are the ones that I'm targeting, especially altcoins. Like, I really, really like Solana meme coins. I like Solana. I like Pepe. I like a lot of meme coins. Why? Because I trade for percentage gain and they give the best setups. And I don't care what it does. I don't care about fundamentals. I care about printing money. And meme coins print money. Like a lot of it fast. So yeah, that's why I target meme coins. But yeah, I'm buying a lot of different coins lately. Can you explain the chatter of a left translated cycle and when you believe this bull run is likely over? No, I can't because I'm not an expert on the 4-year cycle, and nor do I ever plan on being one. For me personally, I trade the charts, I trade trading patterns, I trade Elliott wave theory, I trade Fibonacci ratios, and I don't care about the 4-year cycle. That's just my personal way I do it. It's cool, whatever. People have their own strategy. I personally think it's more likely that we deviate from a 4-year cycle and see a full-blown multi-year bull market, which could last for 5-10 years as crypto goes into mass adoption. Just like what happened after the internet recovered in 2003 and after a lot of internet stocks recovered after 2008, when we started to see mass adoption of the internet as a technology. That's where I personally think crypto is at right now. So I don't care about the 4-year cycle. Cool, people can use it if they want to. It's not something I use. So I hope that answers your question. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. That is very true, Overhive. God definitely watches over us, especially if we trust in him. Yo, just tuning in. What's up, Bcashy? Good to see you here, man. Nice username, super cool username. I'll go ahead and cover Bitcoin Cash for you. So you've probably saw my most recent update on Bitcoin Cash. If you did, shout out to you. But yeah, you guys know I'm bullish on Bitcoin Cash. It looks a lot like the same kind of accumulation patterns I've seen on crypto multiple different times. And we also have a big ABC correction down here, and wave 1 and wave 2. So we have a wave 1 structure, and I think we just finished wave 2, which means we're getting ready for wave 3, which, by the way, wave 3 has to be bigger than wave 1, according to Elliott wave theory. So that gives you a general idea of where it's going to go. It's going to be bigger than wave 1. Right? So that wave 3 is going to be pretty exciting for Bitcoin Cash. Cabal. Cabal Capital. Okay, cool. Sweet, man. What's your opinion on DOT? We already covered DOT. What's your opinion on Mira and or no, you're just telling me you bought more. Cool, yeah. So again, you guys, fractals, they work. They appear in these charts. They appear consistently. They repeat. They are one of the most useful things you can understand about trading, and that's how we've been able to play Bitcoin. That's how we were able to say, oh, we think Bitcoin is going to go back to 50K. And then it pulled back, and nobody else called this move except for us, right? In the Discord, we were talking about it, the pullback, everything. Why? Because it was following gold, fractal, human psychology, fractaling in different markets, in different time frames, over and over and over again. So yeah, that's why I think Bitcoin is going to recover here and pull back again, and ultimately see a lot more upside. See another breakout up above the all-time high, and even to new all-time high on Bitcoin. But it's because of fractals, and the reason I bring that up again was because of my Bitcoin Cash friend. Because if you look here at Bitcoin Cash and you compare its fractal, the human emotion, the psychology taking place on Bitcoin Cash, and you compare it to previous accumulation cycles. Now, it doesn't matter that it's Litecoin. I see some people, I've compared this to Litecoin before, and some person was like, hey, Dallin, yeah, Litecoin was such a good coin, and that's why you're comparing it to Bitcoin Cash. No, I'm not comparing Bitcoin Cash to Litecoin because of any inherent value in Litecoin. In fact, I don't really see a lot of inherent value in Litecoin. I definitely think it's gonna moon. I'm just kind of being a troll, but no, I'm comparing the two because of the fact that the fractal, the human psychology, that's what's important. That's what I care about. I don't care anything. I literally could care less about Litecoin. I mean, I think it's going to do good or whatever, but I'm not comparing these two charts together because Litecoin was some amazing setup, and I think Bitcoin Cash is going to be some amazing setup too. No, I mean, I do think Bitcoin Cash is going to be an amazing setup, but the reason I'm comparing these two charts together has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that the human psychology is the same. I don't care about what Litecoin is or what it does. I don't even care about, and I will, now I'm officially going to make my Bitcoin Cash friend potentially mad. You might be cool, but I don't even care what Bitcoin Cash does. I literally could care less. I don't care about the block size. I don't care about any of that. But I do care about the fractal, the chart, and what I'm seeing in the chart is a huge accumulation cycle, just exactly like what happened on Litecoin back in the day before Litecoin started a bull market. So this has nothing to do, to answer that guy that was wondering, hey, are you comparing Litecoin to Bitcoin Cash because Litecoin was a good coin? Yes, Litecoin might be good or whatever. I don't really care that much about Litecoin, but I am comparing them because of the similarities in their charts. That's why. It's because I think Bitcoin Cash is going to freaking moon in the same way that Litecoin did at the start of 2017 when it started a massive bull market. That's why I'm bullish on Bitcoin Cash and why I'm comparing it to Litecoin. It's because of the chart. That's why. Not because Litecoin is some special coin. You know, I just don't care about that. So yeah, it looks really good. Bitcoin Cash, I think, is going to break out, see a big pump, and really take off here. And it's going to do the same thing that Litecoin did. But I'm not comparing it because I like Litecoin. I think Litecoin could do good this cycle, but that's not why. Whew. I know sometimes I'm misunderstood, but whatever. Who cares? People are like, Dallin, how could you say so many mean things? Why are you calling my coin so... Why are you saying that Litecoin doesn't even matter? I could see people misunderstand me so much. Oh. So here's Bonk, and this is definitely one people want me to do TA on, and one I definitely think is going to do good. So here we have a big triangle pattern. We have ascending support here, ascending support, descending resistance. And now what I expect here is basically for us to move inside of this triangle. So I personally would suspect some type of a move off of these lows, and basically for us to start to do this, for us to break out of this bigger triangle structure on Bonk, and for us to take off. Now, especially if Bitcoin follows this, where Bitcoin goes up to 72K and then pulls back again and then breaks out into a new bull market, then I think that while Bitcoin is going from where it's at right now to where it's going to go up to about 72, then I think Bonk could break out of this triangle during that period. Now, if for some reason this fractal fails and we have to readjust our charts and look at things a little bit differently or whatever, then we might talk about, buying down here before it still breaks out later, right? But yeah, that's kind of my view on Bonk. Right now I'm bullish, especially if Bitcoin holds support. I think Bonk will turn around here and start to head up towards resistance. When there's days like this, when it's red candles, it's really easy psychologically for your mind to think, oh, there's red candles. That must mean that we're going to see more red candles. And that's not always the case. Sometimes it can look just really bleedy, like there's just blood and it's just really bleedy. And it can look like it's just going to drop off a cliff, and that's the exact bottom, right? So you gotta be aware of that when the market's going down, it's really easy in your mind to expect more of that, and it doesn't have to happen. It certainly could, but it doesn't have to. Like I said, if Bitcoin follows this fractal and heads up to 72,000, then most of these altcoins are going to find support right here and do just fine. If they don't, they're going to go a little bit lower here and still find support and still just do just fine. So don't let fear control you. I like the quote where somebody says, they said, don't take counsel from your fears. That's my message for you guys today. Don't take counsel from your fears. And I think I spelled counsel wrong, so don't judge. Oh no, I didn't. There we go. Don't take counsel from your fears. All right? Bitcoin's at 62K. Don't take counsel from your fears. Even if it pulled back a little bit more, don't take counsel from your fears. I definitely think it's going to hold support. I definitely think we're going to turn around right here and head up towards 72K. But I'm just telling you guys, when there's red candles, it's easy to think, oh, this is a day that it's time to sell. And it might not be. This could be the bottom, right? It doesn't have to go to a new low. And even if it did, don't take counsel from your fears. Just keep a level head. This thing can absolutely bottom out right here. This could easily be a big W bottom structure, and because people are panic selling, they can't see it. They're not looking for bullish patterns. They're looking for bearish patterns. But this could easily be a big W bottom right here. So keep an eye on this support level and keep your eye on Bitcoin. But that's my view on Bonk. Alrighty. Good traders have one thing in common. They focus on the chart rather than the project fundamentals. That is so true. You made your stance on meme coins very clear. What's your opinion on AI coins? I think AI coins are going to be a huge narrative this cycle. Probably some of the best setups are going to be AI coins this cycle. So really, I mean, there's a lot of AI coins out there. AI, for example, this one pulled back really, really hard. It's probably getting to that phase where it's going to be undervalued. Well, it's already undervalued, but it's going to be at that phase where that undervaluation is going to stop happening and it's going to turn around. I mean, this is a big wedge right here. That's a huge wedge. And if it panic sells a little bit right here, just a tiny bit more, goes down to what, 35 cents or whatever, and bottoms out, it could easily break out of this wedge and start to head up to, you know, who knows how high, $1.50. That's just one example. There's a lot of really, really good AI coins out there that I think are going to do really, really good this cycle. And like I said, AI for me personally is one of the biggest narratives this cycle. I think AI is going to be one of the biggest narratives. So for example, FET, this one is, they're basically bringing all these coins together. They're bringing a whole bunch of different AI coins together, and they're compiling it all together into one. And I really think that FET, or what it's going to be called, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, I think this one could do really good this cycle, especially once it bottoms out, which could be really soon. This looks a lot like gold when gold was bottoming out, and I think it could bottom out here really, really soon, in which case we're going to see a lot of upside on Fetch AI, and I think that upside is going to be really, really, really profitable. So if you want to compare here, you can actually look and see. So here's gold on the right, and here's Fetch AI on the left, and you can see here where gold bottomed out. When it bottomed out, it kind of had to stitch in those lows, kind of had to stitch that bottom in. I like to use the word stitch, almost like a sewing machine, because that's kind of what the market does. It comes down and it stitches like a sewing machine and bottoms out and then turns around and starts to go up, right? Well, that's exactly what Fetch AI is doing right here. People are panic selling, but it's doing that same stitching action that happened on gold down here before gold recovered. So what do I think about AI coins? I think AI coins are going to play a huge role this cycle, kind of like how DeFi was the name on everybody's tongue during last cycle. I think AI could be the name that's on everybody's tongue during this cycle. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, I really think AI coins are going to do good. So what a good day to be alive, you guys. I hope you know, I hope you guys realize just how blessed you really are and what the opportunity that's right in front of your face, because like you are sitting in front of a whole bunch of different coins that right now are able to change your life. Like you could, let's not look at ADA. Let's go to Solana. You could change your life. Like you can change your life forever. And that's the kind of opportunity that there is in crypto right now, to be able to change your life forever. And let's use a different one. Here's one with more data. Where we are. Here we go. And when I mean change your life forever, I mean, I'm serious. I'm talking like, all right, maybe your income right now is like, you know, 100K per year or something. Like you can turn that into $1 million per year. Or at least you can make $1 million in a year. You can do that with crypto. You can do that. That's the opportunity that there is in crypto right now. Is that kind of opportunity to make who knows how much you could make. You could make $1 million. You could make your first $1 million if you never have yet. You know? Or you could make your first 100K if you never have yet. Right? But personally, I'm not going to just sit around and wait around when I'm seeing charts that are able to do 35 times, 45 times gains. I'm doing something about it. I'm putting money in the markets. I'm letting you guys know what's coming. There's big things coming in crypto. And the more that you look forward with an eye of faith and realize how much growth there still can be in crypto as we go into that mass adoption that I was talking about earlier, that's where we're going into with crypto, is mass adoption. And between now and crypto being a household name, millionaires are going to be made. You can be one of them if you want to be. It's here. The opportunity is here. So, and it's not that hard to make 100K or even 1 million. All right? It's not that hard. So, yeah, you guys, I'm super excited about crypto. Good things coming. Super excited about a lot of different coins, XRP, Dogecoin, Pepe, AI coins, Bitcoin, even though I'm not a Bitcoin maxi and I think altcoins will do better, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin to 250,000 per coin. Maybe even higher. But for sure, I think we'll go to 250,000. And I really, really, really am excited about this adoption phase. It's going to be just almost like a 2017 bull run. And if you were here during 2017, you know that every day was Christmas. You wake up and you're like, oh, there's another $50,000 profit, or oh, there's another $100,000 profit. 2017 was like Christmas. Every day you wake up and Santa Claus had went down the chimney. The only difference was the chimney was your freaking crypto wallet, and your crypto wallet was getting loaded full of not coal, but full of money. Money, like a lot of it. And that's what 2017 was like. It was just printing money like crazy. And when we're going into mass adoption with crypto, which is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, you guys. Don't listen to all the dummies out there trying to tell you that crypto is going to go into a bear market. They don't know what they're talking about. Crypto is getting ready to go into mass adoption. And between now and then, Bitcoin is going to go to 250,000 per coin. A whole bunch of altcoins are going to go completely nuts. And people are going to get richer than their wildest freaking dreams. If they're willing to buy the dip, if they're willing to buy now, if they're willing to hold on and ride through that cycle of mass adoption. And if you do, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make a ton of money in crypto. All you got to do is buy now and hold on. Really. And don't buy Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to give you, I mean, you can buy Bitcoin, but don't go all in on Bitcoin. Don't be a maxi. But if you buy now, before the mass adoption takes place, if you buy crypto right now before mass adoption takes place, in between now and when crypto is a household name, you're going to be wealthy. All you got to do is plug yourself in, and there's just an abundant amount of money being flooded into this space faster than it even knows where to go, and some of it's going to go into your portfolio and your wallet if you buy now and hold on through the cycle, through that mass adoption phase. So yeah, I'm telling you, you guys, crypto is headed into mass adoption. And I probably shouldn't cast my pearls before swine, because I know I'm not supposed to do that. But you guys, all right, imagine buying Amazon back in the day, all right, before Amazon took off, before Amazon became a big thing, before Amazon was a household name, all right? Imagine buying Amazon right here before Amazon was a household name. Now imagine buying your favorite altcoin and holding through a similar thing that happened to Amazon when Amazon became a household name. This is what happened when Amazon.com became a household name. Okay? Look at that chart. Look at that expansion. You can't even see the old cycle anymore because it grew so much that it completely dwarfed the old cycle. That's exactly what Bitcoin and crypto is getting ready to do. Your favorite altcoin is getting ready to do this, to go into a mass adoption phase and just take off and keep taking off and keep taking off and keep taking off. Why? Because crypto is not going anywhere. The internet is here to stay, and crypto is here to stay too. The parallels are astonishing between the internet as a real world technology and crypto as a real world technology. It's here to stay. It's going to have a bear market at some point, of course, but the mass adoption phase is coming before that. And the mass adoption phase is where you become a millionaire if you have your head on straight. So put your head on straight, all right? Think big picture. Get ready for what's coming in crypto. You don't even have to start with a big portfolio. And you can be a millionaire. So keep your head on straight, you guys. Yeah, super excited. That's kind of my view on Bitcoin. Expecting a breakout, expecting more upside, not afraid of this dip. It's following gold, looks good, looking good. And that's my view on altcoins. I think altcoins are getting ready for mass adoption, just like Bitcoin. And that mass adoption phase means we're going to rise for quite some time. Of course, there's going to be corrections along the way up, of course. But really, if you play the cycle, if you play the bigger cycle, you can change your life in crypto. You can do it. So yeah. Love the 2017 Christmas analogy. That's exactly what it was like. I made and lost a house and all my profits went to taxes. I made and lost a house and all my profits went to taxes. Let's see. I was there for it, but I didn't sell out in time. Oh, for 2017. I see what you're saying. So in 2017, you didn't take profit, or maybe 2021. I can't tell for sure what you're talking about. But yeah, I can see what you're saying there, Grape Attack. Anyone opinion on ABT? ABT? Yeah, we can look at ABT real quick if you want to. So Arc Block, this is one I've been watching with my friends, my crypto friends in the Discord. We've been watching this coin a little bit. And actually, this is a great time to talk a little bit more about that stitching action that I was talking about, where markets stitch in their bottoms. So think of a sewing machine. When a sewing machine stitches, like when it's stitching, like when you're sewing with a sewing machine and it's stitching, it has to poke down and then pull back up again, and poke down and pull back up again. Now keep that image in your mind of a sewing machine poking down and coming back up again. And now what I want you to do is look at what happened here on gold when gold bottomed out right here. And you can see when gold bottomed out, it did this stitching kind of action, right? Where it kind of stitched, it bounced around, it like stitched in its bottom, right? Gold came down, it bounced, went even lower, like kind of almost stitched in like a sewing machine, like poke, 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 and then back up again. And that's exactly what happens. And it doesn't ever look like it while it's happening, because that last poke always looks like it's just going to go really low, right? Where it's just going to it's going to die now, right? That last poke. But once that last poke happens and it starts to recover, then it looks a lot more clear and it's easier to see. but you kind of have to learn how to train yourself to see that kind of stitching structure before it happens, because in that final poke, like what's happening right now with ARC block, that final drawdown, like what happened right here on gold, it looks bearish, right? Visually, it looks bearish because there's red candles. It's going down to support again. It looks like it's just going to fall through, right? But then it doesn't. And that's kind of that you have to train yourself to see that stitching action where the market's kind of stitching in the lows. That's also kind of why inverse head and shoulders patterns form, is because there's a stitching, right? It's stitching in the left shoulder, stitching in the head, stitching in the right shoulder, and then it bottoms out. So that's kind of a way to look at it, is when markets bottom out, a lot of times they kind of stitch like a sewing machine, and that's why it shakes everybody out, and they always panic sell down here because it just looks so bearish visually, but then it bottoms out. And that kind of gives you an idea of what I think on ARC block. I think we will bottom out here. It looks a lot like that same kind of stitching structure that happened on Bitcoin right here. I've seen it before. We're really oversold. You can see super oversold here. Just like what happened on gold, super oversold, right? So I think we'll definitely see a bounce on ARC block and potentially a full-blown recovery. I think we will. I do think ARC block will see a full-blown recovery because Bitcoin I'm expecting to go to 250,000 per coin. And as money keeps going into Bitcoin, you're going to see money go into ARC block and a lot of different coins as well. It had a major correction. Yeah, it did have a pretty big correction. So this is one I've been watching, actually. I actually called the top on this one. Yeah, because we were watching for a pullback on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pulling back from 70,000 down to 50K, and then it pulled back to 52. And so yeah, I actually called the top on ARC block here. I posted a descending triangle and was saying, hey, you guys, I think it's going to come down. And yeah, so it's one we've been watching for a minute in the Discord. Mira, what's up? Good to see ya. Thanks for tuning in today. Love the stitching image. How would you draw fib retracement on this chart? So the best way to do a fib retracement on ARC block is to go from peak low to peak high. So if you pull the chart out to where you've got all of the historical data going from your peak low to your peak high, where you can visually see it, then you take your Fibonacci tool, you go from the bottom up to the top, and you can see we came right down to the 618, which is a really, really good buy zone. So that 618 level is a great place to buy. Most markets at least bounce on the 618, even if they don't bottom there, right? Even if it goes down lower before it bottoms. Most of the time, they at least bounce on the 618. It's a great place to buy. And for me personally, that's a great place to buy ARC block. So loving that setup. And I do think we will actually see a recovery here. And it does look like a bull flag too. So you have a bull flag structure here. So it didn't just straight drop off a cliff. Like it could have went like this and then bounced up like that and started to see corrective structure and looked really bearish. But instead it actually kind of moved down in this channel really nicely. So this could be a big bull flag here. So if we get if it does stitch in those bottoms, like I was showing you here, and start to stitch in that low, then watch for a breakout of this flag. Because if you get a breakout of the flag, then it could do something very similar to what happened to gold over here. Strong recovery, right? So keep your eye on ARC block. If money keeps going into Bitcoin, which I think it will, then you can expect money to go into ARC block as well. So yeah. You guys, we are basically an hour and 9 minutes in, so we're not going to go too crazy today. But yeah, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Looks a lot like gold. I think we're going to do the same thing that gold did, where we'll basically break out again, and then we'll pull back again. So I think Bitcoin could break out to 72, and then pull back again, and then break out again, and really start to take off, just in the same way that gold did. It's been following our gold fractal the whole time perfectly. I think it's going to continue to do that. You can see right here, aligns up with right here. So I think that fractal of human psychology will continue to play out, will break out, pull back, and break out again, just like what happened with Bitcoin right here. I mean with gold right here. So yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking some time to tune in today. I look forward to seeing you guys in future live streams and videos. Like I said, I'm going to be gone for the weekend, traveling, doing some stuff with some friends. So it should be a good time, but we did our live stream today instead of Friday. And yeah, so it's a good day to be alive, you guys. Keep buying your crypto, keep holding on, keep focused on the big picture. Remember, mass adoption is what we're headed into right now. And that mass adoption phase can change your life if you're willing to hold through it. I think crypto is getting ready to do what Amazon did, where Amazon became a household name from 2003 until today. And I think that mass adoption phase is exactly what crypto is headed into. So super excited. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you guys in future streams and future live streams. And as always, stay profitable out there.